Well, I don't think you can see what, oh, I'm trying to get rid of that ceiling line there. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. Yesterday was new catalog day, and I figured you probably didn't need reminding because every demonstrator and their dog is showing you the new catalog, right? So I figured probably the last thing you need is another walkthrough of the catalog, but if you'd like that, let me know. We are going to kind of case the cover. I know we can open it now, but despite the fact that we have a brand new catalog and new products, in Canada we can't overnight it. We get a 2-day express shipping, but it doesn't always arrive in 2 days. So my stuff is arriving on Friday, so I can't even show you new stuff that you haven't already seen. But I was going through trying to get some inspiration, and I thought this card was beautiful. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use the Hues of Happiness suite, which is page 108 and 109. I haven't memorized that. I just happened to be looking it up a little while ago. Hi, Roz. Hi, Facebook user. So there are some gorgeous things, and the DSP, I showed that a few weeks ago when I got it. The colors are amazing. Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Night of Navy, and Fresh Freesia. So when I saw this, I thought, oh, I am going to use some of that DSP. Now I started off with a different pattern. I actually used the back of this, and I cut a circle out, and I'm like, nope. And then I thought, I want to do something with the navy DSP. So here I've got this, but of course, if we just put something on there, it's going to look kind of busy, right? So this card has some vellum. Let me bring it up so you can see it. Hi, Kim. Hi, Linda. Okay. So there's some vellum. There's some stamped images. This is the tulips or poppies. I'm gonna say tulips. I mean, it could be this one. Anyways, there's flowers, and then there's a circle, and you've got some of the tulips with that gorgeous sentiment. And I thought, ooh, that's so cute. And then I thought, I'm not sure. So instead of doing circles and squares, I got out my stitched rectangles. There are some new rectangular dies coming. I've ordered them. You will see them soon. Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing well. How are you? Hi, Jill. So we're using a vellum rectangle. I thought it softens it just enough, right? And then we're going to use some tags. So if you're just joining, I am kind of casing the caddy, but not really. I know everyone's using this suite of products today, but it's just so pretty. And you know that flowers aren't usually my go-to. Usually it would be something cute or I don't know. But I thought, let's do this. So I'm going to apologize right now because my iPad is charging and it's only at 18%. So you may not have my face for too long, but that's okay. Like, hello, like what is going on? I was saying to someone like a week ago, I'm like, okay, so I got all this going on, but a mask covers that. And I'm like, so now, like, come on, work with me. So then I cut bangs last week, but they're up today. So if you remember, this was on my Instagram a few weeks ago. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sorry. I find Instagram so fickle. You gain a few followers, you lose a few followers, you gain, you lose, you gain, you lose. And there's so much going on, and I feel like if you're not doing reels, you're just not being seen. So I focus on Facebook and YouTube. You do what you can, and you try to do it well, right? So I'm going to focus on those two. I do post on Instagram, but for the Insta Hop, I use this because we are doing new beginnings. So I've got that fun die from this, and truth be told, these two dies are the reason I bought this bundle, because you get that notebook edge. So that was that. I used pretty much every kind of doodle stamp I could find. I love it. It turned out so cute. Hi, Susan. Hi, Dorothy from British Columbia. Nice. Welcome. I am in Winnipeg, and it's finally getting nice out. It's actually 16 degrees. Snow is melting. It's a mushy mess, but spring, right? All right. So And I mean, our joke has to be now, we haven't had April showers, really. It's going to be May showers bring June flowers, maybe? So I thought we'd use 2 tags. I've die cut a couple of the flowers. So if coloring is not your thing, or you find coloring something like this a little intense, don't worry, you can die cut them from the DSP. I did die cut another one, but I think that's a little bit too blue for all the blue going on. And then the other thing you could do, I was just kind of experimenting before I pressed the button, you can stamp it on the DSP. So this I stamped right there. I used Blushing Bride ink. Not crazy about the coloring. I used Flirty Flamingo blends and Petal Pink blends. This is just part of that DSP. So don't feel like you have to be a master colorer to use this. But we are going to go ahead and use the ones that are out of DSP. So your job, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is what are we going to do with this tag? Should we heat emboss? Should we dry emboss? Should we stamp some of these gorgeous scripty sentiments across it so it's kind of in the background? This one is going to, I think, be more horizontal so that we can fit one of these 2 sentiments, I guess they're sentences. Sending many thanks for all you do, or wishing you all the happiness you can imagine, or you are wonderful in every way. And the flowers are going to kind of go off of the side here. This was right at the edge of the DSP, so I still wanted to use it, so we'll put the yellow on the bottom. But we'll put a sentiment there. We need to do something on this tag. So while you are pondering that, like even this side would be pretty, I'm going to adhere this. And if you were with me last week, I mentioned that I'm going to have a craft supply, craft storage supply that will be relatively easy to ship. My measurements are not... So I got a laser cutter, and there is a very steep learning curve with the software, with the laser, and I'm trying to make something, but there's this thing called kerf, which is how boxes fit together. So yeah, I'm dealing with kerf. But if you saw, hello, thank you for sharing. If you saw me wearing this watch a few weeks ago, watch band, I've learned quite a bit since then, but this was all done on the laser, and then all I had to do was kind of paint it in so you could see it. And one of my coworkers is like, oh, I love that you have the dogs' names in there. I'm like, well, the dogs don't give me trouble, do they? So I am doing this new supply item on my laser, and learning curve. I don't know about you, but I am a lifelong learner. I feel like every time I master something, well, maybe not master, but feel like when I've learned a lot, I tend to move on to another. So knitting, I learned everything I needed to know. Got to be too much on my arms, so I moved to crafting. And I mean, I've always been crafting, but... Okay, so we've got the DSP, we've got a Night of Navy matte, we've got it on a top folding card base, basic white. I'm kind of thinking it might be nice to have some of the flowers stamped on here. What do you think? You know, I don't like using my heat tool when I'm doing a live because it probably sounds super, well, not probably, it definitely sounds super annoying. So the other thing I could do is stamp some of the roses. So what do you think? Should I stamp some roses? Should I stamp a sentiment or some of these little flowers or maybe leaves? In the meantime, I will stamp the larger sentiment. I really wanted to use this on there, but I found that I found that by die cutting onto that, I lost some of my stitching and I didn't love it. And now I can't do it because I'll be stamping on there. But this one is so much fun. Which one do I want to use? Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine, I think. And I think to keep the Night of Navy theme going, I am going to use that, which is partly why I can't use this flower. There would just be too much Night of Navy. Oh, thinking I could probably use Starry Sky, but let's go with Night of Navy because that's what I've got in my as my cardstock mat. Hello, Catherine. So I sent an email to all those that participated in my product shares. The order has been placed. It is en route. I will prep and package and do all of that fun stuff as quickly as I can because I know you're all excited to get this new product into your hands, right? Can never arrive fast enough, I know. So I am going to be focusing my efforts on that. Now, I have this flower. I kind of feel like that one's too big, isn't it? Let's do some leaves because we don't actually have any leaves anywhere on this card. There's probably something else I should be mentioning, but I can't think of it at the moment. I do have a poll up in the Craft and Connect group to see which bundle you would like me to feature for the month of May. I just shared the video. It's not usually a video. Usually it would be a live Craft and Connect, but that cold really got me. I could not talk that long. And truth be told, the video I managed to get down to 20 minutes. Doing the live class is 2 hours. So there's that. But there is a poll. Is it really your first time, Jennifer? Awesome. First time using mine or first time ever getting product shares? Because I like to think that I offer something a little beyond. I mean, everyone has their own little special touches, right? But you're going to be getting gifts and thoughtful packaging and all that kind of stuff. I'm obsessed with spritzing lately, so I'm going to add a little bit of Night of Navy to the tag, although you're not going to see up there, but just a little bit. And to get small spritz, you're going to use your Stampin' Right marker. To get a larger amount of spritz, you can use a Stampin' Blend. Now the Stampin' Blend will blend into the paper as it's supposed to. So it will end up maybe a little more subtle, but I find I get much bigger dots. That's good. Oh, and for those of you that have purchased my Stampin' Blends labels, focus! I have the new in colors all printed. So for those of you that have already ordered the physical labels, I will pop those in the mail. The new version with the new in colors is available, and I kept the outgoing in colors on there. That sounds funny. I did not mean to get it on there, but we're gonna go with it now because it's there, right? I'll use light. Oh, nice, Samantha. Oh, I'm sorry. Ever, Jennifer says. Well, I'm so glad that you are trying mine first. Maybe forever. Oh, I don't like it. It's too much, isn't it? I went a step too far. A step too far. We'll see. Maybe it'll settle down, but I'm thinking it's too far gone. I love that, Melanie, and also I love that you said, I don't know, where's your comment? Where did it go? It was so fast, also because I did a voiceover instead of having to edit out all my ums and any barking. But it was just so fast, and then what I can do is I can add that video link right to the tutorial and not have to go and upload it later or direct people to the group. So it's a win-win. Yes, I can sell you labels in the States. I should add that to the broadcast. Hello, Cheryl. Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much. Yes, I can sell the labels. If you go to stampedaf.ca and there's a shop tab, I have the labels. They are $5 Canadian, so they're probably like $2.50 American. But yes, those can be sold anywhere. Okay, what do you think? Do I need to redo that because of my overzealous spritzing? It's definitely gonna need some ribbon. I really want to show that you can put a card together quickly with some DSP and not have to worry about coloring. I know that there's a few floral bundles in the catalog that I'm like, oh, they're so pretty, but it's more flowers and it's more coloring. I want to show you one of my favorites that I haven't gotten yet. My stinking budget won't let me. Sucks. But while I'm looking this up, page 57, you let me know what's on your wish list. What tops that list? I love this one. Now, you probably know I'm a sucker for mixed fonts. Like, I love when there's like a serif font and a script font. I love it. This is more coloring, but I feel like it's going to be easier than the roses. But again, you don't always have to color them. Like, look, they just put a little bit of color in the petals. That one's not even colored. This one is colored with white. That one is just die cut. Like, you don't have to be a master colorer to use these. I don't even know if that's a word. You don't have to be a master colorer to be able to use these bundles. So don't worry. Put a little bit of seal on this vellum. Yeah, stinking budget. Jennifer, you don't have to pay for them because you already purchased the physical ones. I'm going to go through my PayPal, my orders, and whoever ordered physical labels originally, I'll send them. There's not going to be a cost for the update, especially when it's only in colors. Now, maybe if it were a color refresh and I had to like redo everything, but I really feel like all the heavy lifting was done in designing it because it was a bit of a pain. But I can get lost for hours in that kind of work. What color ribbon? Should we use denim? I don't have any polished pink. We're going to use denim. How do I not have any pink? It's all red. And if you can see back there, I know that you can only see a little bit, but the top shelf up until that little 6x6 paper pack is what's staying. The last 4 stamps and that entire second shelf is all retiring, and then a couple at the bottom. And there's a whole bunch of dies on that top shelf that are retiring, and I'm very sad. And I'm going to procrastinate because the BOGO sale that we usually have at the end of a catalog, we are postponing until next month so that it can be, sorry, I'm putting my ribbon away. We're postponing so that it can be both the mini and the annual instead of doing 2 separate sales, because it's a lot of work. Not for me, for my poor little partner there, Dory Jr. And she does an amazing, amazing job. How do I want to do this? How? I think maybe I will just tie it in a knot. Speaking of BOGO, my team always gets first pick at my retiring product. So the starter kit this month is amazing. You get to choose your normal $165 Canadian, and you only pay $135. But in the month of May, you also get $91.25, I want to say, 91 plus in color product. Like, you get the ink pads, and you get grid paper, you get, I can't remember what else, but it is an amazing deal. You can't go wrong. And then you join my team and you get to pick from my retiring product. So the way my team gets to do it is it's a true BOGO sale. You buy one, you get one free. So basically, I'm just going to talk while I'm doing this. So yes, thank you, cardstock. Hi, Carol. So the way it works is you choose the retired product that you want. Let's say it's a bundle that's $65. You're still going to pay that $65, kind of. But the way it's going to work is you are going to come into the new annual catalog, choose a product that is $65 or more. you're going to pay for that, and then you get that retired product for free. I know it's so confusing. It took me a while to understand it myself, but it is a great deal. If there are products from the annual catalog that maybe you missed out on, or you've just recently decided that you can't live without, it is a great way. It's a twofer. Okay, liking it. Now we can add these two little flowers. I'm trying to keep my lives to half an hour, so that's why I'm checking. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you, but I know that so many people go live on Wednesday night, so I am grateful that anyone chooses to join me. Little old me that just won't stop talking, right? Okay, I don't usually use seal to adhere this kind of stuff, but why not? I don't want this to go off the side, so we're going to kind of hide a little bit of that scripty thing. That should be good. Now you could probably go in and die cut some leaves, but remember I said I was using the leaves because we didn't have any leaves on here. So look at that. What kind of bling should we add? Designer in color DSP. Look at that, Melanie, go. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. Should we have something on the inside? I think I might leave it blank because then I can use it for congratulations, happy birthday, best wishes. I'm going to leave it blank. And then when I need a card, I can come back in and stamp it. Speaking of needing cards, yap, right? I will have a card de-stash coming up soon because the bin is getting a little full again. Look at this. I mean, part of it is these little box cards that are taking up a lot of room, but that's what I've made since the last card de-stash. I'm no longer keeping it in the big bin that makes me wait too long. Should we use the iridescent rhinestone? Oh, I thought this was my die. I'm like, why won't it come off? Thank you, Carol. Carol and Cheryl. Thank you. Hi, Kathy. I want to show you one. It's hard to remember that I can show you this because it's been so long that we couldn't. Page 141. And in case you don't know, there is an index at the back which tells you where the adhesives and all of the things are. And then this tells you where all the stamp sets and bundles are. So that wasn't always like that. And then you will see, I'm not doing a catalog walkthrough. You'll see there's all of the standalone dies. And then as you move forward, I mean, who does this, honestly? You'll see the bundles in alphabetical order. They used to be at the order that they appeared in the catalog, but now they're going alphabetical. And you'll notice you get yet another design from whatever is on that page. What was I looking for? Embellishments. So those that participated in my, oh, and these are the punches and new bundles. Those that participated in my share, and I could open another one if there are enough people interested, they get all of the new ribbon and new embellishments and new DSP. They have the option to choose 1, 2, or 3 of those shares. My team gets their discount, and it's amazing. I am getting, turns out I had enough interest in the DSP that I'm just going to have to buy my own, which is fine. But I am getting 2 shares of the embellishments and ribbons, so that is awesome. But look at these cute little heart pearls. Aren't those adorable? I fell in love with them. I haven't even seen them in person, but I'm like, yep, I'm gonna need more than just half a pack of those. So that is that. Put this away. Iridescent. Hi, Cynthia. Thank you, Kathy. And I think I was mentioning, was it last week or maybe the week before, the amount of work that goes into a new annual catalog, you wouldn't believe it. As a demonstrator, you wouldn't believe it. So I will be doing my same DSP sampler sheets, and mine look a little bit different than most people's. These ones are actually square because they were too long, but I like doing circles. You can do whatever you'd like. You can I was selling this. It used to be a free download, but it's just so much work. Aren't they so cute, Carol? So there's that, and the labels that I make for all of my embellishments up there. Those are kind of what I do for my labels for my shares. So there's just, what else is there? New blends labels. What else? It's a lot. It may not sound like it, but you kind of have a short amount of time to get a lot of stuff done and changed over. And then, I mean, you've got to take out all your retiring product. So, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I love all of this. I just wish I didn't have a full-time job that kept me away from it so much of the time. Where do I want to put this one? I feel like I should have put that big one down there. Let's go for 5, shall we? I've got lots of them. That rule of 3 or odd numbers, it can sometimes throw me for a loop. Where am I going to put this? Can't have just 4. Okay, so there we go. Maybe not the simplest card, but we did it in under half an hour. And you can see the DSP does the heavy lifting. Like, all we had to do was cut it out, die cut a rectangle, and if you don't want to die cut, you could just cut a rectangle. This is the stitched rectangle die, so you may not be able to see much of it, but there is stitching in there. Die cut a couple flowers, put your sentiment, stamp some background on there, die cut the 2 tags, of course, add some ribbon, some bling. Bing bang bum. No, that wasn't right. Bing bang boom. You're done. So that is all for this week. I may, if you're interested, I may do an unboxing when my order arrives, but it's not a lot of bundles. It's really just the share. So you know what? I'm going to skip it, and you will see it. You'll see it as I'm prepping it. I'll take some pictures and put them on Instagram. So that is all. I'm going to go start creating some labels. We'll see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.